All right, so hello folks. Let me just go through the homework question. Let me just work through the homework question, and you can probably correspond your work and then your answer to what I do in this video. And if you have any additional questions, you can bring it up in class and we'll get those ironed out. All right, so the first question was 2 and 1 over 5 plus 1 and 2 over 3, all of that divided over 1 and 1 over 10 minus 2 and 2 minus 2 over 5. So the first thing we want to do when we're dealing with questions like these, and you have an operation at the top and an operation at the bottom, what you want to do is you want to work with the top part first, work with the top part separately, then work with the bottom part separately, and then you divide them, because this here is another. This is just like saying the top here, wherever you get to the top here, divided by the answer you get to the bottom here. So let's work on the top first of all. So we have 2 and 1 over 5, and you know when we're dealing with mixed numbers, we like to change those to improper fractions. So we know to change this one improper fraction, just multiply and we add. So this would be 5 times 2 will give you 10, 10 plus 1 will give you 11 over 5. And then you add that to change this here, this will be 3 times 1, the answer plus 2. 3 times 1 is 3 plus 2 will give you 5 over 3. And we know to work this. We are dealing with two fractions, two unlike denominators, so we have to find the LCM of the two denominators. So that will be equal to the LCM, the lowest common multiple between 5 and 3. That would just give you 15. And then let's work with it like this. So this would be 15 divided by 5 will give you 3, and just multiply that answer by the top here. And the second part will be 15 divided by 3 will give you 5, and multiply that answer at the top here. So this will now be 11 times 3 plus 5 times 5. And you work with that. 11 times 3 will give you 33 plus 5 times 5 will give you 25 over 15. Run out of space. All right, so then when you work that out, you will get a value of 35 plus 25 will give you 58 over 15, and that is the answer for the top here. And then we just work out the bottom piece now. All right, let me scroll down a little. So let me work with the bottom piece. Let me work it out here. So this will be 1. We change this to an improper again. This will be 10 times 1 plus 1. Very that good. 10 times 1 plus 1, that will give you 10 times 1 is 10 plus 1 is 11 over 10. Subtract 2 over 5. I'm looking kind of messy on the board, but let's work. So once again, we find the LCM between these two denominators, because they are different, and we see that the LCM here would be 10, and then we work out just like what we did just now. 10 divided by 10 will give you 1, so we multiply that 1 by the top here. So this will be 11 times 1, that will just give you 11. Subtract 10 divided by 5 will give you 2, and you multiply that by the top here. 2 times 2 is 4, and this will give you a value of 11 subtract 4 will give you 7 over 10, and that is the piece at the bottom. And then we now end up in an equation. Let me put this in the current here. We end up in an equation 58 over 15 over 7 over 10. Sorry, this will be 10. And we know we can replace this fraction bar with, we can rewrite it as 58 over 15 divided by 7 over 10. And we know when we're dividing fractions, we just change the division sign to a multiplication. So this will be 58 over 15 multiply, and we upturn the divisor fraction. We put this at the top and we put this at the bottom. Multiplied by 10 over 7. And we see that we can break down the 15 and the 10. We know we can divide 10 by 5 and 15 by 5. So 15 divided by 5 will give you 3. 10 divided by 5 will give you 2. And when you multiply out that, you will get a value of 58. That will give you 116 divided by 3 times 7 will give you 21. And that is our answer for the first one when you simplify it. If you want, we can change what a mixed number. We can leave it just like that. No biggie. All right, so let's go into the second question. This one was a bit simpler, well, I would like to assume. So once again, when we're dealing with questions like these, you have a fraction, you have a set of work to do at the top and something at the bottom. You work at the top and then you just divide it by the answer at the bottom. So in the case we have two sets of operation, we are subtracting and we have multiplication. Which one do we do first? And we know there's a powerful tool that we call BODMAS that guides us on which operation to use when we deal with an equation with more than one operation. So B for bracket of, or say order, division, multiplication. So the multiplication comes first. So we deal with this piece first. So let's deal with that. Let's put that there. So we change this to an improper. We don't like dealing with mixed numbers. We change our mixed numbers to improper fraction. So this will become 2 times 3 plus 1. 2 times 3 is 6 plus 1 will be 7 over 2 multiplied by 2 over 3. This will just cancel out with that 1 1, and we'll end up with 7 over 3. All right, that would be 7 over 3. That is clear. And then we have to subtract the 7 over 3 now from this here, because that is what BODMAS instructs us to do. So we got the 7 over 3 and we have to change to an improper. We multiply and then we add. So 5 times 5 will give you, let's put that here, 25. Sorry, this will be 25 plus 2, which will give you 27 over is 5. And we subtract that from the answer that we got when we multiply this bracket here. This will be subtracted 7 over 3. And once again, we see we're dealing with different denominators, so we have to find the LCM. And the LCM of 5 and 3, we know how to work out that. We get an LCM of 15. And then we divide 15 divided by 5 will give you 3. And we know we have to multiply that with the answer at the top here. And that will give you 27 times 3. When you work it out, you get 81. Subtract 15 divided by 3 will give you 5. So you multiply that by the numerator. And we know 7 times 5 will give you 35. And when you subtract 81 from 35 from 81, you will get a value of 46 over 15. And that is the numerator at the top. That is the answer when we work out this entire top piece here. And we see that we have to divide that by this bottom piece. So we have now 46 over 15 divided by, so we don't like to use mixed numbers. I've been saying that's the whole video, So we change this, it'll be 2 times, and we add 2 times 3 times 2 is 6 plus 1 will be 7 over 3. So we divide them by 7 over 3. And we know we know how to rewrite that. Yeah, we know how to rewrite this. This is the same as 46 over 15 divided by 7 over 3. And we know how to divide. We've been doing this all the time. So we change this division sign to a multiplication sign and we upturn the divisor. So this will be 46 over 15 multiplied by 3 over 7. Obviously, we can simplify this. This will be 3 ones, 3. And 3 into 15 will be 5. And this will be 46 times 1 will be 46. 5 times 7 will be 35. And that is how you work out that question there. That is how you simplify this here. So you're basically working on the top and then you dividing it by the answer at the bottom. And that is it, folks.